Hey everybody, how's it going? Chris here. Just wanted to show you a couple of comic books, especially for the covers. And these are two comic book covers that really kind of stuck in my mind ever since I was a kid, and probably the most memorable comic book covers. And both of them, I think, definitely have inspired me to, kind of be who I am as a comic collector. And yeah, I think they're just really neat. They're not comic books that are very, spectacular stories or anything, but just mainly for the covers. And I don't know if these were one of my first comic books or not, but it's certainly a couple of the comic books I remember the most in my early collecting, I guess. So first up, this one, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, issue number 13, and the whole Archie series is what definitely got me into comic books, but this is probably the one cover that I remember the most, and the reason is because of this right here. This is Raphael in a black suit. Yeah, it's just a black suit, and it reminds me so much of the symbiote and the Spider-Man. I think, I can't remember whether it was around then or not. This comic book is from 1990, so it must have been around. Must have been. But yeah, just a black suit Raphael I thought was amazing, and I loved Raphael to begin with. The particular story is they're kind of in this alien wrestling match, and they're going against this evil like bug queen called, I think her name's called Melina. And just a lot of interesting characters with Leatherhead and Wingnut, and I think that's called Screw Loose. So it's just kind of neat, this intergalactic, craziness happening. So that's the basic stories, but yeah, really cool. And there was a few issues story arc with this, intergalactic adventure, and him wearing the black suit the whole entire time. But just throughout the whole story, this particular cover stuck in my mind the most. I'll just give you guys a couple flips through it there. And it was good artwork. I mean, for kids' comic books, I thought it was really great. Archie series just was, I think, phenomenal as a kid, and I just really do have a soft spot for the Archie turtles. There's a black suit. This is really neat. Very cool. And then the other one here, some might be able to recognize the artwork. This is a cover by Adam Kubert. This is issue number 82 of Wolverine, one of my first most memorable comic books. I can't even remember whether this is the original copy or not, or whether I had to pick up a new one, but I remember I would have been, this is from 1994, so I would have been 12 years old when this came out, and I was still living in my old town, and I remember this new kid came in, and I don't know if he was like a city kid or something, or just from a bigger area, but he had quite a few of Spider-Man comics and a variety of different ones. Just opened me up to a whole new world of comic books, and I think this is one that he had. I cannot remember whether I traded him for this cover for this book, or whether it was just so inspirational I picked it up at a later date. I really cannot remember, but I definitely remember it. I would have had to have been, if I was 12, maybe I would have been in grade, I don't know, 7 or 8? Somewhere around there, I must have been. But yeah, just really cool cover. I really love it, and the cover, pretty much what happens here, on the cover happens in the book. So, but this one, he's going back to a year after, I think her name was Mariko's death, and visits her grave, and of course some hand ninjas are waiting for him as well, and then Yukio shows up and helps him, and this is during a time where Wolverine was reverting into this bestial form after the adamantium was stripped out of his bones, which happened back in issue 75, I believe it was. And so now he thinks he's kind of dying, so he wants to kind of look after some people. And so he goes to take care of the Mariko's daughter. I can't remember her name either. But anyways, he goes back to see how she is. And she ends up being in a really awful foster home. So he kind of takes care of that in a really cool way. And somehow he has gotten into a bunch of money here, so he was able to, over the year that he's been absent, he's been giving the foster parents money, but they have not been using it on the girl. So, but yeah, just a really neat issue itself, nothing overly spectacular, but like I say, the cover is the most inspirational. And give you guys just a flip through it there just quickly. Oh, actually, yeah, this is something I wanted to show you guys too. I think it was, what was it, January, February? I can't remember there. But anyways, this is a little article about Jack Kirby, and basically kind of these little, kind of an editorial eulogy for Jack Kirby, who passed away in the same year that this book was published. So they kind of did this month-long of articles in Marvel Comics to, you know, in tribute to Jack Kirby. Yeah, so that's kind of cool. So you get to see the, is it Ronin? Or Samurai? So that's pretty kick-ass, isn't it? So yeah, good issue of Wolverine, and fantastic cover. And you get to see Albert and, I can't remember this little girl's name. But anyways, both the cyborg, time-traveling robot cyborgs. Really kind of cool stuff. I like that. And him beating up some ninjas. Yeah, so those are just some cool 2 early issues that have just been really inspirational to me, and yeah, I'll talk to you guys later.